I am a sophomore, I'm 15 years old, and I run cross country, and I do swim team and track. I went to the Sherwood Need for Speed invite with my team, and I watched the first heat of the 200, and I watched what was supposedly a girl destroy every other girl in her heat by over about 50 meters, and I was in shock. And then my cousin and my mom had both of them proceeded to tell me that it was a trans athlete, and I was just shocked that that could be possible, and watching this trans person destroy all these women in the heat. My team, there were a lot of girls that were very mad. I do have friends on my team that have competed against Aiden, and they were very furious, and it was very infuriating for my team and a lot of other teams in my league.
If you could say anything to maybe your coach or to the people who are in charge of this decision, what would you say?
I think it's wrong, and I think it is absolutely terrible to let a biological man run in a women's sport when it is scientifically proven that a man is faster than a woman, and a man is stronger than a woman in anything. A man will almost always beat a woman in a race unless a woman is extremely fast, like those girls at the state meet. And Aiden went out and ran what is known as a slower time for a guy, but at a crazy, incredibly fast time for a girl, and took away these girls' chances. And I think the officials and the people that were responsible for this decision know that. I think they very much know that, and they are aware of it, and they are not doing anything for it, but they know that biological men in this is wrong, and they're not doing anything.
People have asked me this question, but it's not something I've asked any girls. I don't know if Aiden is in his own changing room or if he's in the girls' locker room, but is that something that you all have been concerned about or have talked about?
Yes, it is something I've been very concerned about. During my swim season, there was a trans athlete, a biological male, that I did not find out until my very last swim meet was transgender and a biological male, who I found out had been in the women's locker room. I don't know if the person had been in there with me, but it's sickening and disgusting to think that a biological man could have been watching me changing. And this man also beat the woman in the 100 swim meet by over 17 seconds compared to all the other girls. And it's just gross to think about how a man could be watching me change, and I have no idea. I had no idea until the end, because the coaches in the league did not make me aware of this.
A lot of people have asked, why don't the girls just not race? If you could do anything to protest this, what would you do?
You know, I think it's so hard for these girls, because these girls have really worked for their spot, and they still want to compete. I know there were people at the state meet yesterday that wanted to walk away from that race, but they felt like they couldn't because they had just worked so hard for this, and they wanted to race, because racing at Hayward Field in the state meet is a huge deal. And I just think that people don't realize how hard it is to walk away from that. But I do think we really need people to step up against this, especially athletes. I think parents have a voice, but athletes are the one that it's really affecting, and I just think everyone needs to step up and fight against this and get it to change.
All right, is there anything else that you'd like people to know about being a girl, having a biological boy compete with you in sports?
You know, I just want everyone to know, I think everybody does know that men are faster than females, and people are seeing how Aiden is beating these girls, and it is so obvious, and people are just ignoring it for Aiden's feelings and for biological males' feelings. And feelings do not matter when it comes to winning a race that these women have worked so hard for. And these women, they are who matter, not these biological males.